Welcome back to Scene Rundown. Let us watch Shogun Episode 6, Ladies of the Willow World. Shogun's sixth episode begins with a flashback 22 years ago in 1578 and depicts the beginnings of Mariko and Lady Ochiba's relationship. Because Ochiba's father continued to kill people, their relationship with Lord Akechi Jinsai deteriorated while they were growing up. Mariko was compelled to wed Buntaro as she was preparing to become a warrior. That was the last of Mariko's aspirations and her friendship with Lady Ochiba. The story then jumps to the present, when a memorial service for those killed in the earthquake. John receives a fief, land, close to Kanagawa from Toranaga for saving his life, along with a yearly stipend of 600 koku. However, it doesn't end there. With the blessings of Toranaga, a foreigner is now the chief admiral of Kanto and the commander of the Japanese cannon regiment. John also receives a fresh set of swords because he gave Toranaga the ones he received from Fuji. Yabushige responds to Omi's complaints about all of this by telling him that since they are in the midst of a war, John shouldn't be their top priority. In a humorous move, Yabushige tells his assistant to draft a new will since he fears he won't survive this entire affair. After a brief moment of Mariko and John praying, the attention is directed toward Buntaro, Mariko's spouse, who is incapable of treating her with decency. He tries to defend his mistreatment. Toranaga advises him to file for divorce from her, but Buntaro declines, citing their lengthy marriage as justification. Toranaga then orders him to avoid her for a period of 7 days. John goes over to Toranaga to discuss the gifts he has received from him. If John battles from the waters, Toranaga will be more useful to him in John's opinion. He declares his desire to overthrow the Christian regents and the Portuguese for Toranaga. Toranaga sends John away and instructs Mariko to take him to the tea house, which is a brothel, so that he can receive proper pillowing because he doesn't want to go to battle yet. Toranaga's request for Mariko to accompany him as his translator seems a bit strange. It seems he is aware of the bond between John and Mariko, and he is discreetly urging her to approach him. While Ishido is holding the regents and their clans captive so they can decide who will replace Toranaga, Hiromatsu tries to flee with Lady Kiri and Shizu. However, Kiri chooses to remain with Shizu because she is pregnant, and he instructs Hiromatsu to go to Toranaga and inform him of the situation. Father Dell'Acqua is concerned about the increasing violence and informs Martin that since Lady Ochiba returned to Osaka, things have gotten worse. Martin proposes that the church establish a relationship with Toranaga because he believes Lady Ochiba is anti-Christian. Since Toranaga is a member of the reputedly vicious Minowara clan, Father Dell'Acqua rejects the idea, although he does hope that Toranaga will support them after the events between the regents are concluded. After their conversation, Lady Ochiba has another flashback in which she was compelled to escape after her father was killed. Lady Ochiba and the regents go to a kabuki play of Taikō's rule in the current day. Kiyama bemoans Ochiba and Ishido to Sugiyama, hoping that once the fifth regent is declared and Toranaga is slain, the prisoners would be freed. Kiri is listening. Ochiba is informed by daimyō that she is making a mistake by supporting Ishido. This, along with the play that is still going on, brings up memories of Ochiba being made to wed the Taikō. Following the performance, Ishido and Ochiba go up to Lord Ito, who performed as Taikō in the play. Oddly enough, Ishido asks him if he wants to become a regent. Ochiba views this as a personal matter, whereas Ishido views it as a political one. Ishido asks why, but Ochiba just urges him to get Toranaga killed as soon as possible, without going into further detail. When Hiromatsu finally makes it to Ajiro unscathed, he informs Toranaga that in order to defeat Ishido and his supporters, they must start a project known as the Crimson Sky. It's like the Allied invasion of Normandy. Toranaga disapproves of the idea because it calls for excessive slaughter. The best part of this scene comes from Fuji, who is slurping her tea and taking in the verbal sparring between Mariko and Jin. While all of this is going on, Mariko is seen putting in a bid for Lady Kiku in front of Jin, the owner of the tea shop where Kiku works. The entire scene is quietly hilarious. Omi is displeased because he has feelings for Lady Kiku. Although Mariko notes that it's unusual for a married lady to visit a tea house, Toranaga has granted John an exception since he needs a translator. The entire sequence with John, Mariko, and Kiku illustrates how much John wants Mariko and how much Mariko wants John. Yet they are unable to coexist due to the many traditions, norms, and obligations that separate them. The next day, as everyone watches, Kiku and Jin bring John back to the village. John is clearly the object of envy for Omi and Nagakado because Toranaga is treating him so well. Furthermore, Mariko's sloppy translation of Kiku and John's talk is humorous because it makes it obvious that she is upset about what may have happened between them. When Toranaga and Mariko discuss Ochiba's intentions later that evening, Mariko responds in general, saying that women are constantly at war with society and don't need a reason to make war on anyone. The conversation then turns to Mariko's dreams of becoming a great warrior and how her marriage prevented her from realizing those dreams. Toranaga tells Mariko that there are still many opportunities for her to fulfill her dreams and that she hasn't reached her breaking point. The regents convene to appoint Ito as the 5th regent at the conclusion of Shogun, Episode 5. Sugiyama, however, is against the vote because he believes that Ishido is incorrect to have set up a hostage situation in order to sway the regents' votes, and that the threat to the heir of Taikō is unfounded. Lady Ochiba receives an assurance from Ishido that Sugiyama would be impeached, allowing them to proceed with their plan to kill Toranaga. At last, Ochiba confesses that she believes Toranaga killed her father by using Akechi Jinsai, which is why she wants to murder him. She also discusses how daimyō drugged and manipulated her in order for her to conceive Taikō's successor. She uses everything as an opportunity to demonstrate how she can manage fate rather than allow it to control her. Because Sugiyama is in the way of Toranaga, this incites Ishido to kill Sugiyama and his tribe. Toranaga starts Crimson Sky as a result. Hiromatsu clarified that Crimson Sky is a military strategy in which Osaka Castle is captured in a single blow. A new administration headed by Toranaga as the nominal shogun will be established after the Council of Regents is abolished. This implies that Toranaga will contact Saeki Nobutatsu, his half-brother, and the bloodbath that follow. Until the next episode, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos.